Thanks for tuning in to the Urban Scope podcast. I'm back with another hip hop topic, so to speak. Now, addressing this JBP, Joe Budden podcast price increase for the Patreon, it had me thinking different ways, or it had me thinking a lot about pricing and about the market and where we are in society today. So, Joe Budden has been warning fans for a couple of weeks now, maybe even close to a month now, that his prices on Patreon will increase starting January 2nd, I believe. So, me as a Patreon subscriber to his podcast, I love the content. Not so much lately, but just it has unique perspectives and insight into the music game, specifically hip hop, but mostly, music and music alike, that I'm subscribed to the $10 tier, which, you get the episodes early before they hit YouTube, like a day before. Then you get a Patreon exclusive episode that they record after the episodes. But for the most part, I believe January 1st, I will be canceling my subscription. Now, I know my little $10 is not going to hurt, but just thinking about the market, um, I was canceling for several reasons. But the biggest reason is not because of the price, but the biggest reason is because the show is declining, um, to me for several months now. So why would I pay more for the subscription when it's already declining? It just doesn't make much sense to me. Unless you have a service that's, inelastic. Um, I'm not really doing it. Like gas, you have to pay for gas because you got to get to where you got to go. So whether the price goes up or not, I have to pay it. I might just get less of it, but I still have to get it. Or electricity or rent, I might not be satisfied with the rent or something like that, but I have to pay it. So things that I don't have to pay for, and I can still get the same service because I'll be watching YouTube and just watch it on the day of. Which most of the time I don't watch the episodes early. I watch them the same day that the YouTube comes out because I just don't have the time to get to it anyway. So it didn't make much sense for me to do that. But America is pretty much Joe Budden's ideology right now. You're paying more for less or more for the same, when the quality that was the same is not where it was needed to be in the beginning anyway. Um, for example, groceries right now. Groceries, it's the same product, and sometimes you just hit a miss because sometimes you get a bag of something that doesn't taste the same as the bag before, but you can't sample it out. You just have to take your luck on it and buy it, and hopefully it's the same produced product because everything's mass produced now. When it's mass produced, sometimes you get less of something or there's less seasoning in a bag or something, and it's totally off. And this is what no different from the JBP. And I always thought the JBP lost a little something when Rory left, not Maul. Maul really didn't bring much to me, but in regards to Rory leaving, I think the show lost a lot, and then it went stagnant for a while, and then he got more people. Then people like Queen's Flip came along, and then you have Parks always has been great as far as the show is going because he brings that comic relief. But I felt like Rory was a big part of that comic relief and did a lot of things to set people up for jokes and things like that. So I felt the show had a decline from that point on. But then, you got people like Mel who brung another aspect to it. But then once she left, it started to drag again. Then now it's in that place where it seems like the show is appeased around Mark's intellect and Mark's the rep that he has in the intellectual community. And we know that Joe is big on trying to show people that he's smarter than. So him putting Mark on the show is like, hey, I hired one of the smartest guys in America. So it's kind of putting him in a light there where um, people have to look at him a certain way he thinks. But it's bad for the show, I believe, because it's just Mark's perspective on things. It's a lot of pandering stuff going on. So that part of the show, it just compromises the show, I think, in a lot of ways. Um, so the show has become self-serving to his agenda a lot, I feel. And then the second reason that I'm leaving, because like I said before, Patreon subscribers and subscriptions are very elastic. So as you release, it's the same video. So I feel like it's just another avenue to get more money because YouTube is not where the bread is buttered in his sense. So even though you might lose people on YouTube watching the videos, you got them on Patreon, you have their money for the month. But you're not providing any different product. The Mark and Ian show it's kind of wacky. It's not where it's trying to be. I think it's like a fake spinoff um of the reality shows, and it's just really not good. It's for those fans that want to know too much about the show, want to know how the set looks and things like that, behind the scenes stuff, and it's just for those people. So if you're just watching for the content, it's not really something that you need. I feel like the Patreon is just an extension of, like I said before, just a way to get money. It's not really well put out, well thought out. I think it's just putting bonus content that they were going to do anyway, so they might as well record it. But the fans, fell for that trick. People who pay for that extra tier. Um, but just in all actuality, it's just subpar. So to raise the prices just don't make sense to me. If you're going to raise the prices, you need to raise the performances. And then a lot of time we have one of the star co-hosts miss an episode. Joe might miss an episode here. You might have, somebody pivotal like Ish missed an episode and you don't know. Sometimes they even had like only 3 people on there and it's just loose topics that nobody really prepared, especially when Mel wasn't there. They didn't have the board set out. So they were just talking all over the place. The last episode they just had, they talked about 4 hours about pretty much nothing. So it's just pretty much a waste of time. They talked about music for about 2 hours, which nobody really dropped a major project over this last week. So it's been sporadic. Um, but they had classic moments like the Kendrick and Lamar breakdowns, Kendrick Lamar and Drake breakdowns, and all the scandals that's going on with the Diddy case and which was nasty topics that they discuss. Um, kind of shocking to hear those perspectives. But usually those are the better episodes. But when they're just have nothing to talk about and they're just talking about reviews and they're talking about some kind of local New York stuff, it kind of throws the fan base off because most people don't care about New York politics or politics at all. But to just discuss New York or New Jersey stuff, it's definitely um, an aberration or a decline of what you can do. But he didn't disclose what these prices would go to, but I'm pretty sure if you were paying the $10, it'll go to like 25, which I'm pretty sure you'll lose a lot more fans. And then eventually, his handlers will have to discuss this price move because it doesn't make sense. Thank you for tuning into the Urban Scope podcast. Until next time, I'll see you next time.